Hi everyone, so this is just a quick little update video regarding everything that's going on with the house. Progress is really slow just now, mainly because I'm waiting on the central heating guy coming, so I cannot actually do much else in the room I'm working on. But things are pretty much as they've always been down here. Central heating is getting replaced at the cost of £3,600. And I've been having second thoughts about it, but I'm not really wanting to cancel because I've already made arrangements with the guy and everything, and it would just be it wouldn't make me look very good, put it that way, because the back boiler, it still works perfectly well. And I think spending £3,600 to remove a system which is working perfectly to just replace it, I think it's kind of a false economy, because I think these are about 70% efficient, and I had an idea to improve its efficiency, and that would be to install a circulation pump on the hot water pipes from the heat exchanger, or even have a plate heat exchanger going directly to the hot water in the cylinder, having a plate heat exchanger between the boiler heat exchanger, and that would probably have greater surface area than the coil in the cylinder, and then the coil in the cylinder would be used for an air source heat pump or something like that. But it's a bit sad that I can't do that anymore because, well, all the arrangements have been made. I wish I'd thought about it. So, upstairs there's actually quite a bit going on. In regards to the bathroom, it's still absolutely fucking hideous. Tiles coming off. It's going to be getting replaced probably as soon as I can really afford it. And it'll basically just be wet wall and something nice and simple. I've never liked tiles on like plasterboard or wood. I've never liked that idea at all. It just doesn't sit right with me. And as you can see, it just doesn't really sit right in general unless it's done absolutely correctly, because wood and plywood is not totally solid like brick, and then over the years it eventually cracks and the tiles come off. So this wall's solid and that one's solid, so these walls would actually be tiled, and that would be, I'd be happy with that, and everything else is just wet wall material. But yeah, I just hate this bathroom, it's horrible. This room's been painted. I've done this room entirely myself with a little bit of help from someone else, and it's come up really nice. I did remove the radiator, crimp the pipe shut and solder the ends because the valves in the radiator were still passing water through, and that would make it problematic if you remove the radiator, because even though the valves are closed, they'll still be dripping, so I just sealed them off. The arrangements for this are still in effect. I'm still really wanting to put stairs inside this cupboard here, and they would then, I'm not sure what way, but then go up to the loft, and then I could have a nice loft room, and I'd really like that. I'm basically just trying to make the colours pretty much the same as the house that I'm moving out from. It just keeps everything kind of familiar, you know. And I'm kind of trying to strip back this. There must be a couple of millimetres of paint on it just over the years. Sometimes it just comes off in sheets. Hot water cylinder there, which is sadly going. Kind of annoyed with the central heating situation actually. It's not the system that I really want. I do have the internet. I did get it a bit early. I was hoping to not have the internet. Well, I was actually hoping it to be sort of moved in by now so I could use the internet properly. But it's Virgin Media 350 megabit, and yes, that's very, very fast. So the fibre optic cable just comes across the driveway terminates at a box on the wall, and then it's copper coax the rest of the way. So that's pretty interesting. You can actually get a company called City Fibre to run fibre directly into the house, but that's very, very expensive. Yeah, the porch is still in bits. These are the sides for it, so these are going to be put back on eventually. They've had a good few coats of paint, and they're looking pretty decent actually. This cupboard here will just be general storage, and I'll find a door for it. And this will actually eventually become my bedroom, because I want to get moved into the other room as quick as I can, so I can just get started on everything else rather than travelling back and forward all the time. And it's making me realise just how much work it is to actually do stuff and get it looking nice, because this has been over a month's worth of work just to get this room where it is. And I'm kind of slow and inefficient at organising stuff and working, but I'm getting there eventually. Shed has been nicely patched up outside, so my friend will be coming along at some point to just panel the inside, and then what I'll do is mount all my electronic stuff to that once I get the solar panels erected in the garden and everything the way I want it. And then that'll be the big power shed at the back and my workshop. And this shed will get the floor fixed, and it'll just be maybe general storage, or I might even remove it completely, because I'm thinking maybe the solar panels will be on quite a large frame just across the garden. I'm not really wanting to put them on the roof just now. So yeah, that's pretty much it, other than being pestered to get a smart meter fitted, which I will not be doing. There's quite a few reasons I disagree with it. Nothing to do with 5G, by the way. I don't believe in all that nonsense. But I just like the older meters better, because I can tell them exactly how much I'm using. They cannot put me on prepayment and mess me about. With this meter, sort of me it's in control, not the power company. So that's why I'm keeping it. So yeah, everything's going pretty well, although slowly. So once the central heating's done, everything will be sort of much more speeded up, and then I'll be able to get back into all my projects, which everyone on the channel loves, such as the refrigeration especially. I'm probably going to have a lot of projects coming up to do with that. I might even install a heat pump on the house at some point, or have a hot tub outside heated by an air source heat pump, or even maybe if I keep the back boiler out of that, I could actually use that to heat the heat tub and connect it up to the gas supply connection I'd have outside, and that would actually make an effective hot tub heater. But the heat exchanger inside that's made of iron, so it might react with the water and just it'll just kind of go to shite and not really work, so that's maybe a bad idea. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're up to. I've still got to install my charging point for the car, so I reckon I would just rip out the connection for the electric shower. I do not like electric showers at all, because they're just very expensive to run, and then just take that cable and then just run it down from there just now. And then I'll get this consumer unit replaced eventually, because there's no RCDs in that, so if there's an electrical fault where live touches the casing, and there's also a fault with the earth, you'll just get electrocuted and you'll die, because the fuse won't blow in that case. But with an RCD, I think you'd be more protected.